Hello, my friends, and welcome to Kurt Berglund's Baseball World. I have been receiving a lot of very kind emails and inquiries as to my health. You have heard me over the last several weeks coughing during the videos that I make. I have made some references to my health, but I haven't really talked much about it, and I want to tell you about it and how that might be impacting December's videos. First thing is that, as I think I've talked about in the past, I had COVID twice in 2020, and one of the results of that was that I have some scarring on my left lung as a result of having COVID. And one of the ways, or one of the results of that, seems to be that my immune system has been weakened as a result of that. My immune system has already been weak because I have a sleeping disorder called central apnea. And central apnea is not the one where you snore. Central apnea is the one where your brain tells your body to stop breathing while you sleep. And so you wake up. And in my case, I do this somewhere between 40 and 50 times a night. So that already has kind of damaged my immune system, and having COVID and getting this scar on my left lung has contributed to my immune system weakness. And so in the last 18 months, I have contracted pneumonia 3 times, and this is the 3rd time. And so when you hear me cough, it's because in this case, I have pneumonia in my left lung. Now, it was determined to be bacterial. And so there's some bacteria growing in my left lung. And so I was put on antibiotics. But as you can tell from my persistent cough, the antibiotics haven't really helped. A follow-up x-ray was done, and I still have pneumonia in my left lung, even though I have finished the course of antibiotics. So I was placed on a steroid called prednisone, and the idea was that my lungs were so sort of weakened that the steroid would sort of get them to relax a little bit and allow me to breathe. But the problem with prednisone for me was that it accelerated my pulse rate. And so it's very difficult for me to take. I don't like how it makes me feel. It makes me feel basically like, if you can imagine your heart pumping out of your chest, that's kind of how prednisone makes me feel, especially when I'm on a full dose. So what I've been trying to do is to medicate myself fully with my inhaler, drinking lots of tea, doing natural remedies as best I can, and waiting for the bacteria in my lung to try and allow me to breathe more successfully and to sleep, which has been very difficult as well, as you can imagine, because once I get flat or nearly flat, the coughing comes back in and it's worse. So what does all this have to do with the channel? Well, what it has to do with the channel is that when you hear me cough, I'm going to be coughing for a while. They say 4 to 6 weeks until I feel better, and maybe even longer until my cough is gone. I have Advair, but I don't like taking that either because that makes me feel like I'm spray painting my lungs. If you've ever taken Advair, the feeling that I get is, and maybe you get this too, but it's like it lines your lungs with some kind of a thing, and it's awful. But albuterol has worked some, and what I do before I create a video is to take albuterol, And so it controls the cough a little bit. And you'll see me splicing together a video where I'll do clips one by one, because then I can take a break and breathe and come back and not disgust you with my cough. So what you will see for the month of December is videos on different topics running different lengths of time, because what I have to do is to splice together shorter pieces of video into one longer whole, and that is what I am doing, and that's why I'm doing it. So if you notice the splicing during the videos that I've created recently and will create into December and probably into January, that's why. Breathing on some days is okay, sort of, and on other days it's almost impossible. And so it's a real challenge. I'm hoping that there is a solution somewhere for me. I'm not sure that the pneumonia that I have was indeed bacterial, but why not? So we'll see what happens here. I'm hoping for a break. Warmer weather would probably help me, although the research on that is kind of mixed too. Some doctors say getting out in cold weather is actually good and enhances breathing when you have pneumonia or a lung problem. So I don't know. But what I do know is the channel will continue. You'll see some different videos of different lengths, and you'll see some spliced together videos. And for the time being, that's just the new normal. I appreciate all of your concern and your inquiries and your well wishes. They mean a lot, and they help to keep me going. This channel is very important to me, and I'm certainly doing all that I can to keep it operating at as high a level as I possibly can. So that is the update for today. Thank you again for your concern, and I'll be back with more health updates as they are warranted. But I thought you needed to know and would want to know what is going on with me lately and why this cough just doesn't seem to go away. Thank you again. Have a great evening. So long, everybody.